So this is my review for Frankenstein, which I was really excited for this movie based on the fact I love Guillermo del Toro as a director. I was curious what he would do with the story of Frankenstein. I thought this movie was great. Isaac, who I think has always been a great actor. I think he's great at playing Victor Frankenstein, where he really does a great job of making this character like a little crazy at times for a god complex, while at the same time he has a charm about the character with how crazy the character is and how the idea of find a way to play God and bring the dead back from life. I think that's just I've always thought the Frankenstein story is a really interesting story, and he does a great job of playing Victor Frankenstein, where you really get invested in his character and you really see how crazy his character is, what the character's ideas. So I think he's fantastic in this. Perfect casting with Victor Frankenstein, in my opinion. I think the actor who plays the monster Frankenstein, Jacob. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. The actor who plays the monster in this movie, I think he's great in this movie. Where you really feel sympathetic for the monster, and it's just one of those like when you watch him in this movie, you just really feel invested in the monster in this movie. And I think this movie does a great job of being a story about father and son, whether it be about Victor Frankenstein and his creation, well, Victor Frankenstein and his dad, where you get to really see how his dad treated him when he came to marry his mom back then, and how he kind of treated Victor as like the son that he just didn't care for, and it was hard on him. So it really does a great job of the whole element of a father and son story in this movie. I thought the actor who played Victor Frankenstein, but I thought he was great in this movie too. I liked his character. I thought Mia Goth, I thought she was great in this movie as a Lady Elizabeth, where I thought her and Isaac has great chemistry. I really bought into the attraction between those two characters. And I think they had some great banter between the two characters, and I think she does a great job of playing this character that's very sweet and nice, has like a gentle side. That's to a character where she's very gentle with like the Victor Frankenstein's monster, and I really like the little love story you have between those two characters. I also really love how the story's told, where the first half of the movie is from Victor's point of view, and then the second half of the movie is from his monster's point of view, what happened after Victor was gonna kill him, like burn him in the house with the fire. So I love how it's kind of like part one is Victor's story and part two is the monster's story, which I thought that was a really cool way to tell the story. So the story structure I really love in this movie. I found invested in all the characters. Like I said, Isaac is great as Victor Frankenstein. The whole cast do a great job in this movie. I love the practical look of the Frankenstein's monster in this movie. Where I love how he there's something beautiful about the way he looks in this movie, but at the same time still looking like a monster. And it just I love just the way it looks. It's like simple in a way, but at the same time it looks really cool. And I love the gothic look of the movie. Like Guillermo del I really love how his movies just have this kind of like gothic look to them sometimes in his movies, where it has this dark look to them, and I love the cinematography in this movie. Like to me, this is one of Netflix's best movies, and Guillermo del Toro is just a director that anytime like you watch a movie of his, it just has this really just great look to his movies. And I think the cinematography in this movie looks fantastic. I think it does great with the time period, where he really captures the time period when it comes to the look of the time period and the clothes they were wearing. Just like production design wise, cinematography wise, costume design wise, I think this movie looks great. Like I said, I felt invested in the characters and story in this movie, and I love kind of the darker, how this movie with the darker story in this movie, where it goes, how it's kind of like a tragic story about a father and son. And that's what I love. Like the really thing about this movie is that it's a father and son story. How Victor, how he became like his father. How how you can pass down trauma from the next generation, and it's just how you don't want to become like what your father was towards your son. And the movie just does a great job of really getting you invested in these characters and the relationship between the characters. So I thought Frankenstein was fantastic. Joe Tone, in my opinion, did a great job with this movie, and it's definitely one of those Netflix movies that I would highly recommend go check out. And to me, this is one of the best movies Netflix. So I thought Frankenstein was fantastic. Until next time, movie fans.